wanted to ask about the filming process. So
Yes.
I've seen online that like they do not allow you to speak to each other, and that they like tape the doors shut in your hotel rooms. Is all of that true?
Yeah.
Is that allowed to tape a door shut?
Why did they do that?
So they don't tape the door shut.
So you
they
can't breathe.
They put tape over the join of the door because it means that if you try and sneak out of your hotel room, they'll see that the tape has come off.
Oh,
So it's purely
clever.
just so they can make sure that you're not breaching the rules of the contract that
Right.
you signed. So people make it sound like it's really scary.
Yes.
And they've gaffer taped the whole
No
door.
oxygen allowed.
No, but it's
Yeah.
actually just like a little bit of tape so they
Okay.
can see
That
if
makes
you've like
sense.
tried to sneak out.
And what is the contract that you sign? Obviously, you don't need to go into heavily detail, but does it say like, I will not discuss this, this, and this? I will not fraternize with other contestants. Is it along those vibes?
I did.
I cannot.
We'll put it
say.
on screen now.
No, it's literally like I would tell you if I could, but I didn't read it. I just like
I thought you were gonna say something so sinister, then like they'll kill me. But you were like, I just didn't read it.
Michelle Visage has a sniper rifle right now. No, I just didn't read it. I
Oh,
was just too
fair.
excited. I was like, yeah, I'm on Drag Race. Take my life.
That's fair. That's fair. So yeah, season 2 ends.
Yeah.
And then around the time that it ended, how long did it take for the world to open up again?
Oh god, it was like hit and miss because when the season aired in we finished filming it in like September, I think maybe. I can't remember. And then it aired the following January. Mama, we were in another lockdown.
Yes.
So
Christmas
I was watching
lockdown.
it. Yeah.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
used to do Facebook lives from the GAY Heaven page as like an after show with like queens from America and stuff
Yeah.
to like review the show because that was the only access that I had to like
Wow.
any interaction. When we
Yeah.
actually got to leave the house, we suddenly realized how big our season actually was.
I was going to
Because
say,
I was like walking down the street and people were
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
It was crazy.
And I was like,
It was- and I think as well, in a weird way, because it was COVID, so many more people watched it than maybe would have.
yeah.
And
Honestly,
it was huge. It was crazy. I remember you telling me that, like, because I asked you when you were on my podcast, like, all them years ago, them years back.
yeah.
I
Back
was
in
like,
day.
yeah, I was like, what are you doing to get money now? Because obviously, like, I asked you about like the drag situation and how you can't
And I
get
said
furlough
hand
and
jobs.
everything. Yes, but it's unsuccessful. But you said like you literally just sold like released merch. And you said that you were shocked at how many people like wanted to buy stuff.
Yeah, it was crazy. The cameos, I don't have Cameo open now because I don't like doing them. But at the time, I was like able to open cameos and like I was doing like me and like Lawrence Chaney used to talk to each other and Lawrence would be like, oh my God, I've got like 120 to do that I've got to get done
Wow,
today because they're
Jesus.
going to run out. And I was like, I've got 60, which is still low.
Still,
Yeah.
But
shit
like,
ton.
like that was actually quite crazy at the time. And now I'm like, if I open my Cameo, I get like 7 people.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't want to get into drag. So I just don't. But
oh shit, yeah, you'd have to get all done up just
yeah,
for,
like
a
you
cameo.
you can just go on Cameo and be
Yeah.
like, hi, happy birthday, Mary.
Yeah.
Bye. And I'm like, geez, I've got 2 more hours to go until I'm ready.
Around that
Awful.
similar time, I mean, because I started to get social media followers again around when season 2 was coming out, and then I had these kind of opportunities. And I remember I reached out to Cheryl Hall, who was doing, which is an also
Good name.
brilliant drag
Good
name.
name,
So
yeah,
we've
enjoyed.
Forgot about Shez. And
Shez.
And then
asked,
she went to Fernandez Fassini though.
Yeah,
So,
they
bit
didn't have the
shit.
same range.
What
yeah.
a lovely reference. Do you remember that video
Fernandez
of her?
Virginie could be. Sorry, carry on.
No, I was just going to talk about Cheryl Cole lip syncing on Stand Up for Cancer.
Loved.
Oh, I
Loved
feel like
it.
that's- I
You
might have
don't
seen
remember
it.
that? Yeah.
I think that's also gay.
It is.
don't
I mean,
think-
yeah, I could have told you that. Yeah. I feel like that's a very niche memory that only we would share.
Yeah.
Great times, though.
What
Great
happened to her?
times.
She doesn't really do anything anymore.
She
Girls
was on-
allowed to
she was-
touring.
Yeah, girls allowed to go in on tour, and she was just in a West End play.
There you go. That's the answer to the question.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Don't be so aggressive about it.
I'm so sorry. I feel like I owe you an apology because I feel like I have been like attacked.
No, all
please
good. I
more.
mean, he does it every week.
Please, Tia, this is why you're here.
Is
okay?
heterophobia a thing? Because
Yes.
I think I
and
might.
that's
Feels
the
like
name
it.
of this podcast.
I'm so sorry.
No, we love it. But yeah, so that like I remember Cheryl was like, you should get on Cameo, and like you said, it was easy for. I'd literally like before I went out to meet my friends, I'd like do 5, and then that would be my night out paid for, and I was like, whoa, like
Did
what
Cheryl give you her code?
give you a code? What does that
Did
mean?
she give you a sign-up code?
Oh no, I think the thing is they'd reached out to me, and then I had Cheryl on my podcast as well, and then she like explained stuff to me, and she was like, you should do this, you should do that.
If she sent you that code, she'd get like 5% of everything that you like earn from
she
Cameo.
did then.
But it comes from Cameo's cut, not from yours.
Ah, okay. Oh, that would have been good.
Yeah.
She should have done that. I would have been well on board for that.
She'd have been minted by
Yeah,
now.
she would have. But I didn't.
Very big social media sensation, my love.
Hey! But yeah, so when things started to, so tell me about the time when like you said that you started to realize how big the season was. When was that shift for you?
When I could leave the house.
Wow.
And then I was like, oh no. Like, because obviously I predominantly go to LGBTQ venues, and that is the
And
main
Clapham
audience
as well.
Oh yeah.
living Clapham.
You do what to them? Sorry. Carry on.
God.
I'll clap them. I see.
That would be my drag name actually.
Oh.
First name Clap, last name them.
Yeah, thank you for explaining. Carry on. I'm upset.
So no, so yeah, that was like it when people would like ask for photos and stuff, and I was like, that's weird, because I'm dressed really badly right now. Like I fully like didn't I say that when I've turned up like this, but like I just didn't understand that would be happening. And obviously like the novelty's worn off because everyone had spent 7 months indoors, so I think they were a lot more excited.
So you get recognised in and out of makeup?
Yeah, on the show you're...
Oh, I didn't realise.
Yeah, so the show is quite good in the well, some people say that the show is like more. I've heard past contestants say that they wish that the show just showed the like people once they're in drag and like just the performance element of it,
No, those
and
people are
didn't
fools.
show. Yeah, exactly, because I think it makes it such a well-rounded show because you actually see, I'd say for 75% of the episode, usually like you're out of drag.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it's only towards the end, or if there's like a challenge during, that you actually see them. And most of the show's best moments are when people are like getting ready, like in their makeup.
Yeah.
And then they get to have like heartfelt conversations about things. I even remember when I was younger, like learning what a trans person was from watching RuPaul's Drag Race, because like someone explained it. And I'd never heard of a trans person before in my entire life. Didn't know anything. Even like, I think it was like season 4 when they were in one of them, they were talking about like HIV and AIDS. Was that the first season?
Season 1 on Gina.
Yeah. And I watched that with my stepsister, and both of us was like, we'd never heard of this before. Like we had no idea. So I think that's why the show is so successful, because it shows like drag performers as the people that they are behind the like the production of it all.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It's such a good show. You need to
Yeah,
watch
I'd say if it was just when you're dressed up, it would be a bit
one note.
weird. It'd be
It'd
very,
be a bit
very
sexy.
performative.
Yeah.
You'd find it really sexy.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
sexy.
that is too much.
Especially if
Lead
you
up to
came
it, let's need a bit
in
of
this
foreplay.
outfit. Yeah.
Edge you a little. Can we say edging?
We can say
Sure we can.
whatever we want. Okay.
Okay.
Here we are. We're on the Useless Hotline now. We've
We can
got
say
this.
anything.
anything.
And then no bad words.
No. I mean, there
There's
probably are.
some bad words.
already said fucking cunty, so
Oh,
Oh, okay.
cunty. That's fine. We love it.
Is there anything? Are there any words worse than that? You said there are no banned words, so you can
No
say
banned words.
any word.
Yeah,
Maybe that's
probably.
my
Go on.
yeah. Oh,
maybe
no.
that's my drag name. First
What?
name Kun, second name T.
Yeah. Love it. Hey, Con.
I actually quite like it. No, I've thought about it. God, that VK's gone straight to my head.
Oh,
Really
here
has.
she is. She's arrived. Woo! So you are, I imagine, touring after your first season. Touring, you're doing shows, you're learning. I'm an incredibly famous woman known by the nation. I simply cannot go to the Two Brewers
The People's
in
Princess.
peace. Exactly. When did the UK versus the world? Were you approached? I imagine that's how it works.
Yes.
Okay. When did that all happen? When did you film?
So we filmed this time last year. I will tell you, I feel like I'm not allowed to say things, but I'm going to say it anyway.
do.
So when we were on the season 2 tour,
Yes.
which as you may recall was 42 dates across the United Kingdom.
Wow.
What 42 dates they were as well.
They
Sorry,
were-
carry on.
They were. So after... No, I feel like I only said that to try and give you like context, because I
Yeah.
feel like there's like a...
Yeah.
There's, I'm trying to do it in a friendly way now, instead of
Yeah.
being like, bitch, why don't you know what that is? So like we were doing that, and as we were sort of in the middle of it, I got a phone call to be on Canada versus the World.
Really?
Which I turned down.
Why did you turn that down?
Because the flights were 2 days after the end of the tour.
Right.
And I was like, how am I going to get the looks together? How am I going to be able to do that? And also I feel like it wasn't the right time.
No, I agree. I think I would have rather have gone on a UK versus the World than a Canada versus the World as well.
Yeah, I mean, the smart thing would be the country that you're living and working
Yes.
in.
And that RuPaul hosts the show.
Yeah, too.
Yeah.
But I love Brooklyn.
Oh, of course.
And Brooklyn, before I got the phone call, Brooklyn tweeted, hey, wouldn't it be great to have Tia Coffee on a Versus the World season?
Really?
And then I got the phone call and I was like, Brooklyn Heights is the host of Canada's Drag Race.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
He'll get it in it, yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, I see you, Brooklyn. I feel like she knew that was going to happen. And she was
Yes.
trying to be like, Tia, do it.
Yeah. Oh, that's lovely though.
But I just...
What a compliment.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Because she is fucking cunty.
Unreal. Yeah, she is cunty.
She's
Like,
cunty
ultimate
boots.
Cunty. Cunty boots the house down.
Yeah.
Mama.
Forward
Big
roll.
time. God, that's how I describe her.
Yep. So
I feel really bad that you don't understand what's
no, I
happening.
love it. I'm loving it because the amount of times
I'm
Tia,
learning.
that I'm on this podcast and like he has one of his friends on and they're talking about like YouTube references that I have no idea what they're talking about. This is my dream.
Okay.
This is my dream. Thank you very much.
Can I take... No, I shouldn't take my lashes off. They're really annoying me.
Take
though.
them off.
Do
I
it.
feel
It's
like
a
I've
safe space.
I've had them on
YOLO.
for ages, but at this point, I might have just like been declared a winner of RuPaul's Drag Race.
True.
And I'm wearing a pink fluffy fleece. Oh,
Yeah.
do you know what? It is what it is. They know what they're getting.
She's a humble winner.
Oh, that feels so good.
Oh my god.
If I get any warmer, the wig's coming off as well. Trust me.
You briefly
I
just
regret
spoke-
that so much. I
think
feel
it's great.
bald. Like,
My god, you look so bold. That's crazy. You briefly just said about like the preparation process for a season.
Mm-hmm.
So how long do they typically allow you to get your package ready for the show?
it depends.
Ooh. An intimate question.
Oh
No,
my
so
God.
that is like that's a very recent like word that is used by people. Like I swear in the last year everyone's decided that you refer to it as a runway package.
Really?
Yeah, and now like everyone's always tweeting being like, "Girl, I wish she was still on the season because I bet her package would have slayed that runway." And I'm like, why does everyone think that they're like producing Drag Race now? on Twitter?
I only know it because I've listened to Alaska and Willem's podcasts for years.
Yeah.
And they have like pageant queens on.
Yeah.
And they call the preparation for that a package, I think.
Which is probably
that
where
right?
the fandom have like
Yes.
latched onto
stolen
it from.
That's me. Hey.
Yeah, but you've done it from a perspective of being like, and I know that it comes from the pageantry
Right,
system
okay,
in the United
yes.
States.
Yeah.
So
Because I'm really educated.
Yeah.
I'm really intelligent and an amazing person. Yeah.
that's an A-star in drag.
Thank you.
Or I believe it's a 9 now.
Oh.
no, that's an A-star star.
Oh, yeah, I'll have that then.
Work.
Yeah. So, wait, go on. Carry on. Sorry.
It
How long
depends
do
on
they
the
give you?
season. It's like a little bit of time.
How long did you have for season 2?
I think 4 weeks, maybe.
4 weeks.
Or-
That's crazy. What about UK versus the world?
Can't remember.
Really? How I can't. So, for context, they get given like maybe 4 weeks to prepare. How many runway looks would you say?
Depends on the season. I think this season was 8 episodes, and I wore, I think it was like 24 different looks in 8 episodes.
Jeez. That is insane. Think how much baggage that is, and then each one is going to get critiqued. So it needs to be like a masterpiece, pretty much. Especially if you've already been on the show and then you come back as like an
Yeah.
all-star. The level that they expect from you is literally like Cirque du Soleil, like not even human.
Why
So-
was Cirque du Soleil the most like high
I don't
fashion
know.
reference you had accessible?
Like Blackpool Pleasure Beach,
Like,
like
yeah.
the top of the top.
So I assume they pay for it though.
Well, so
No,
this
they're not.
this is a point of contention. So some people claim that it costs so much to do Drag Race that there's almost like a, what's the word, like a social class like bias to people that succeed on the show. Is that accurate? Would you agree?
I think that's fair. I mean, obviously there are people like Raja O'Hara who are able, because she's such a good seamstress, she could sew her entire runway package from
Herself.
like spending $700.
Yeah.
And that was it. There are people who have got amazing fashion connections, which means they can borrow pieces. And then there are people like me who didn't have any money, so everything on their first season was bad, and then spent too much money.
Yeah. Do you want to say how much you spent on UK versus the world, or would you rather keep that to yourself? I think it's fun to let people know, because I think it's actually quite important to let people realize how much of your life you put into like this opportunity, if you get what I mean.
One day, they're going to call you and you're going to take over from Graham Norton. Because the way you nearly lulled me into a sense of comfort and security by asking that in a way that said, but it's amazing for people to hear, like, about, I see you. I see you.
Can I give a figure and you say higher or lower?
Yeah.
10 grand.
Higher.
20 grand.
Higher.
See, that is wild. When you think, George, this is an 8-episode season as well. Oh. So that is a crazy amount of money. 20 grand on clothing. Right.
Clothing that the fandom largely said that they didn't like after I sent Keta Minaj home. So, the judges liked it though.
Yeah, no, it was, you looked amazing like literally unbelievable this season.
Thank you.
Yeah. So,
and you say that because you're, nope. That's fine.
I would love to see how your brain works. I love watching it just take over. Sometimes you just say a sentence, then you're like,
it's me going, should I call out the fandom in that way or should I not? You say it because you're a lovely person.
Oh, I
there
agree.
we go.
Agreed.
What is it that costs so much?
Yeah, so I was going to ask this as well. So like each outfit, is there like a designer cost, or do you design, or is it kind of a collaborative process and then it's like, how does that work?
So different designers will charge different amounts. There is a culture now, Drag Race exists in the UK, that the prices have gone up.
Right.
So, for example, the designers who made one of the queens from season 1's looks made the majority of them for a very good fee, very low fee. I think it was under £1,000 because
per outfit.
Altogether. Because they knew her and they were like, we want you to do well, all of that kind of stuff. That same design team now has a minimum spend of £2,500 per item.
Wow.
So like,
item.
Yeah. So like I think the wedding dress look that I wore on the season, which some people didn't like, cost me £3,500, and that's one outfit. That does not include the wig, the makeup, the shoes, the gloves, the nails that I wore.
Oh shit! How much is a wig?
That's a great question. Depends on what it is. Like a out of the bag wig can be like, a good one's probably like 60 quid.
Yeah.
But then like a good styled one's probably like 300, and then like a better styled one with like rhinestones and like hard set's going to be like 450 plus.
I've seen people say that they spent like £3,000 on a wig.
Those will be like really long human hair wigs that are like
okay.
custom dyed, like coloured,
Jesus,
and all of that kind of stuff. Like I think the wig that I wear in the my first finale lip sync, which is like ginger, I think that was about 1,200.
Wow.
For no reason, because it's not like I danced like I needed human hair either. Like it was so stupid.
That's
but
crazy. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I think it's definitely fair to say that having money helps you a lot on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, and before I spent all of it, it was great.
Do you see it as like right, I'm gonna spend this amount of money because it's an investment into my career that will hopefully earn me more money in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to go back because I wanted to prove myself and show that I was like, I had it all along, and the only issue was the outer package.
Yeah.
And I say that knowing that I'm wearing an ASOS fleece and have taken my eyelashes off. Because I've done it now.
Yeah,
so
who cares?
So I was maybe a bit more paranoid than a lot of people about it. Some of the money that I spent on it was me spending money on looks with certain designers and seeing their work and saying, I'm not going to risk that. It wasn't good enough. I'm not going to be called basic again. So ended up spending money that was wasted and then getting someone else to redo it.
Do you develop like a complex from what the judges and the fans say? Because like you often use the word basic because in your first season you won that award, didn't you? Was it Baroness Basic?
It was.
So does that kind of like...
I take it that's not a fun award to win.
No,
it was kind of like an insult that like the other contestants.
Baroness though,
gave.
still, that's pretty cool.
That's a good title, Baroness.
Yeah. Okay.
If it didn't have the last bit.
Baroness.
Oh, okay.
Drag King.
Yeah,
nice.
Drag King. We love it. Could be
You're
a
very good at
Scottish. Could be a
this.
Scottish drag king.
Baroness.
Yes.
Yeah, it worked.
That's great. So does like you're preparing for UK versus the world? Are you literally there like, oh my god, I cannot be called basic. I cannot be like, that's like your number one thing.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like a massive fear, to be honest with you. I just did a tiny burp. It was like...
So scared. He said the B word again.
No, I was just gassy from my VK Blue. Yeah, no, it was like genuinely like a massive fear that I would get red for runways, and people still managed to do it. I'm
Which
really
I find
happy.
Crazy. Like, I mean, I'll show you pictures later. It's literally
Oh, I like it when you do that.
Yes, yeah, we do it after every episode, if you know what I mean.
Whole pics.
Yes. Didn't have to be that obvious with it, but yeah, do you know what? We can say anything here. So yeah,
I've been informed. Hold on, I'm hearing about earpiece. We can say anything, so I'm saying whole pics.
we can whole picks. But yeah, no,
Really
it's
weren't that good.
the
Half
like
picks, maybe.
the caliber. Shut up. The caliber of what like you brought this season is insane. So like I've said to you before, people are only usually loud about negativity.
Yeah.
If somebody sat there at home and was like, oh my god, that's a really cool outfit, one of the last things that they're going to do is log online and be like, at Tia Coffee, your outfit looked really nice.
Yeah,
Whereas
that's so true.
if they maybe dislike you because you sent their fave home or like something like that, they're then going to create things that they don't like about you because they're going to try to hurt your feelings. It's not an actual representation of what you did or even how they feel most of the time, which is crazy.
Yeah, but it's wild how like things can become a trend, like saying package. Like there was this weird like moment in time where people decided that all I'd worn for this entire season were bodysuits. And I literally like had seen it so much said online, I had to go through and look and see like, how many like have I actually worn? And I like sat and I was like, okay, this episode I wore this. Okay, my entrance look was a catsuit. Then I wore like a full ball gown in like a custom Nigerian print with like,
First
so
episode.
that's not.
That's
and that
not
was
true.
like, yeah, and then this episode was a ball, and like I think people think this might be a catsuit, but it's actually separate pieces that are like also custom made out of like this fabric, and then this is a latex gown, and then like I was like freaking out about it because like it would like it just gained momentum and people had made it up.